Hey everyone, it's Leah and welcome back. So today's video is going to be a first impression video. I'm going to be trying out the designer brand long wear 24-hour foundation. It says it's full coverage and it's got SPF 15 in it, and I am in the shade 651 True Beige. Myself and my friend Alison, we went into the pharmacy a couple of weeks ago now and we were looking for things for course, and I came across this brand and I've heard about it a lot on YouTube and through some friends as well, and I have heard people comparing this to the Estee Lauder foundation, the double wear, and I have used double wear before, so I thought that I would kind of test it out and see how full coverage this says it is and how long it lasts. It says it lasts for 24 hours, but there's no way that I'm going to be able to wear this foundation for 24 hours, so I thought that I would just test it out today and just go about my daily routine, I guess, and come back in throughout the day and check with you guys to see how it is lasting and all that. I haven't tried it out yet, so we will see if it matches. I think it might be a little bit too dark, but they don't have much like color range in this particular foundation. I got this one and we'll hopefully see if it works. Basically, I've just woken up. The time is 10 o'clock and I am going to just put a little bit of moisturizer on, and then I'm going to put primer on one half of my face, and then the other half can just have moisturizer, and then I'm just going to use a beauty blender to blend it in and see how it wears and everything. I'm going to read the little blurb at the back just to give you guys a little background on this foundation. So the back of the foundation, it says makeup that goes the distance, effortlessly glides onto skin for a flawless complexion, full smudge proof coverage that doesn't cake, flake or feel heavy on the skin. Skin loving ingredients, it's got peptide infusion that helps plump and firm the skin. It's got vitamin C and E, which helps to reduce the visible signs of aging, and it's got aloe vera extract in it to leave the skin feeling soft and smooth. And it just says it's got no parabens, no bismuth, and no talc. And it's also cruelty free. At the bottom it's got a little sign, and it is vegan and cruelty free, so it doesn't test on animals. And the bottle here, it's glass, which is quite nice. It kind of reminds me of the NARS Luminous Weightless Foundation. I think that's the new one. It reminds me of this sort of packaging. It's got a black lid on top and it's got a pump as well, which is awesome. This was $17 from the pharmacy. It's still got the little tag on. $17 from the pharmacy, which is an amazing price. It's super cheap compared to like a MAC foundation, which is about $60. And then also like a Maybelline foundation is about $21. So this is probably the cheapest foundation that I've found. So I'm going to go and try it out today and see how it works. So I'm just going to apply some moisturizer all over my face. This is the Yes to Tomatoes Clear Skin Daily Balancing Moisturizer, and I'm just going to apply this all over my skin. So I've moisturized my skin. I'm just going to let it soak in for a little bit and just let it sort of absorb and everything, because I don't want to go straight on with primer and foundation afterwards. I just want it to leave it for a couple minutes and just let it soak in, and then I will go in with my primer. And for primer today, I'm going to be using the Nivea Men Post Shave Balm and Sensitive. I know this isn't typically, like, it's not sold as a primer, but this works really well to keep your foundation on all day. So I thought that I would use it today to see if it helps the foundation out, or if it's actually the foundation that is staying on all day. So I just wanted to use this on half my face. I left the other two of my primers at my dad's house, so we're just going to go ahead and use this today. So I'm going to prime this side of my face and then leave this side, the side with no primer, and see how it works. So I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit and we will go in with the foundation. So now that I've zoomed you guys in, I'm going to pop some primer on this side of my face, and then we are going to go in with the foundation. So now that I've let the primer sink into my skin for a little bit, we're going to go in with the foundation. So I'm just going to open it up. God, I just got my nails done. I went to Four Seasons in Porirua and I got my nails done, and I haven't had my nails done in about 7 months. So having fake nails again, I just like can't do anything with them, even though this is like considered, I don't think it's going to focus. This isn't very long, but for me, since I bite my nails, it is really, really long and I can't open anything. So now I'm just going to pump. How much should we do? 1 pump, I guess? Oh, when it pumps out, it looks quite, not moussey, but it's not thick, but it's not thin. It's kind of hard to explain. It looks really lightweight. Kind of reminds me of chocolate mousse a little bit, I guess. So that is 1 pump on my hand there. I'm going to go in with my damp beauty blender or Real Technique sponge, and I'm just going to start applying this. We'll do the primed side first. And let's hope that this colour matches. So yeah, it goes on really smoothly. As you can see, it is a little bit dewy. It doesn't say it's a matte foundation, it just says that it's full coverage and it's 24-hour foundation, so it should stay on for 24 hours. But I don't know who would want to keep the makeup on for 24 hours. I guess if you slept in it, then it might. So right off the bat, it went on so nicely. As you can see, it's got a little bit of a glow on my cheeks. It hasn't stuck to any dry patches around my nose. And it's covered up some of the blemishes on my chin and a little bit on my cheeks, which is really nice. I think this shade is a little bit too dark. As you can see, my neck is quite light, but my shoulders and my arms are quite dark, so it's a little bit hard, but we're just going to roll with it. I'm going to add, so that was 1 pump, that did like half of my face, so I'm just going to add another pump. And also remember that when you use a beauty blender, it will sort of take some of the foundation with it, so if you use a brush, I think you won't have to use as much. And now for the unprimed side. But this is what it's looking like with 1 pump. As you can see, it's quite dewy. You can see the shine on my cheekbones, a little bit on my forehead. So I think this will be a really nice foundation for summer. Obviously I'm going to set it so it'll take some of that shine away. But first impression right now, it is actually really nice. So right off the bat, I wouldn't say that this is a full coverage. I would say it's more of like a medium coverage. Obviously the more you put on, it could build up to full coverage. I might do 1 more pump and just see, but I don't want to cake my face up. But it did say on the back of the bottle that it doesn't cake and it doesn't flake or anything, so I think I will put another pump on just to see if it does build up to full coverage. The only reason I'm not saying it's quite full coverage is you can see a little bit of my redness on my cheeks here, which is really hard to cover anyway. I mean, I've got a few spots on my forehead and a few spots on my cheek and my chin, which it did cover up really well, so I'm not gonna bag on that, but I think I'll put 1 more layer on and just see if it does really make a difference, I guess. And my neck is so white. It doesn't feel like sticky or tacky to the skin. It does transfer a little bit, but obviously I am going to set it. So I'm just going to apply 1 more pump to the face and then we'll see what it looks like afterwards. So I've just put some concealer on. I did a bit of cream contouring on my face, and I also powdered my face and also baked a little bit underneath my eyes, and this is what my foundation is looking like. It still has that really nice glow, which I actually like. It means that I don't actually have to add as much highlighter, I guess. I haven't put any cream highlighter on. I'm going to do a little bit of a close-up and I will show you guys what it looks like close up. As you can see, it hasn't really made my nose dry, which usually foundations make my nose really dry and flaky. So it's gone over quite smoothly over my nose. My cheeks, it hasn't, sunken into any pores, which is really nice. My forehead, it hasn't sunken into any lines. And around my smile lines, I always get the foundation going in these little bits here, my smile lines. So we'll see if that does that throughout the day. But my concealer went on really nicely. It blended out seamlessly. It didn't cake or it didn't not blend as well as it normally would, which is really nice. And the powder went on over top really nicely too. So yeah, that is my little update and first impression at the moment. So far I'm really enjoying it, and obviously it is the wrong shade, but as I said, we're just going to move on from that. It is now 10:20, so it's been 20 minutes since I started filming this video, and I will come back and check in with you guys once I have filmed another video. I'm going to film a sort of eye makeup look, and I am going to film that now, and then I'm going to have some lunch, and then I will check back in with you guys at about 12:30, so in about 2 hours. And then I have a few plans today. I have to get my warrant on my car. I've got to do a bit of grocery shopping and tidy my room and tidy my car. So I've got that to do this afternoon, and then I've got work at 5 o'clock, so I'll check in with you guys before I go to work at 5. And then that will be about 7-8 hours that the foundation has been on my skin for, which is probably a really good, like the minimum sort of average time that people have foundation on for. So yeah, I will check in with you guys once I have done all my makeup and filmed the rest of my video. Hey guys, so my first update, I just did my makeup and my hair, and I filmed a tutorial on this makeup look that I'm wearing on my face now, and I also had some lunch, and then I sat down and watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It is now 1:45, so it's been about 2 hours since I first applied my foundation, and it is looking beautiful. I don't know if you can tell, but it just looks really nice. It looks flawless. Up close, I haven't touched it up with powder or anything, and it hasn't gotten oily. The powders and all the contour and highlight and stuff that went on top just went on so smoothly. And yeah, so far it's just looking really nice. I'm in my dressing gown at the moment because it is freaking cold. But the glow on my cheeks, as you guys know, the foundation already had that really nice dewy look to it on the cheekbones, so I didn't really need to add that much highlight, but it still looks really natural and really nice. As I was saying, this would be a perfect foundation for summer. I feel like, we'll see how it goes, but I feel like if you've got dry skin or just normal skin, this would work really well for you. It does say that it is suitable for all skin types, but I feel like we'll see how we go throughout the day, but I feel like it might not work for oily skin because it is quite a dewy foundation. Obviously if you touch it up with powder throughout the day, then you'll be absolutely fine, but I don't want to touch it up with powder. I just want to see how it wears on my skin without having to touch it up and all of that kind of thing. I will zoom you guys up a little bit closer just to see what the texture of my skin and everything is looking like at the moment. I know it's only been 2 hours and nothing's really changed, and I haven't really gone outside or anything, but it is working really well for my skin at the moment, and all the makeup that I put on top just glided on really nicely. So I'm just going to zoom you guys in now. But as you can see, it's just still looking really flawless. It hasn't started to come off anywhere. You would hope that it wouldn't start wearing off or anything because it's only been like 2 hours. But so far it's looking really good. I feel like I will need to touch up soon. There's like, my skin doesn't feel oily, and there's like hardly any like residue or anything on my skin, and it's hardly coming off, which is actually really good. Only a little bit of like highlighter and stuff, but that's all fine. I haven't even set my skin with like a setting mist or a setting spray or anything. Just want to let it sort of be as natural as possible. Should probably check in with you around 3-4 o'clock, and that will be in another 3 or 4 hours. So I will check back in with you then and see how the makeup is wearing. Hello everyone, so this is the second update. I think it is currently 4:10, and this is what my skin is looking like. It is looking a little bit oily. I haven't touched up my skin at all. It's been about 6.5 hours, and this is currently what it's looking like. I am getting a little bit shiny in my pores and this a little bit here, and in between my brows and on my forehead I'm getting a little bit shiny. So I think 6 hours is a pretty long time. 6 to 6.5 hours is a pretty long time to have makeup on. If I was at work or if I was out or anything, I'd always bring powder anyway just to touch up, and it's seen as though I haven't had to touch up, or seen as though I haven't touched up yet. This is still pretty good. I've still got my contour, I've still got my bronzer and my highlight, and my eyes are still looking good. Still got my lipstick on. I haven't really eaten much today. I probably should though. I need to get ready for work. I'm going to take these eyelashes off, probably keep the makeup on. I start work at 5. I did some grocery shopping before, and we also got my warrant for my car. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna touch up my face a little bit before I go to work, but this is what it's looking like so far. It's actually looking really good. It's worn really well, so I'm actually really surprised and really happy. I will zoom in to show you guys what it is looking like. So this is what my skin is looking like up close. As you can see, just in this section here on the side of my nose and here, I'm looking quite oily, and the same on this side up through here. Yeah, my chin's a little bit oily as well, and in between my forehead. But you guys know that I've got really oily skin anyway, so if you guys had dry skin or normal skin, this foundation would work wonders for you. It would last a long time, but seeing as though I've got oily skin, obviously you can see the oils on my skin, but I'm going to touch up a little bit now. The foundation itself hasn't worn anywhere in particular. It's still looking really good. It hasn't settled into my smile lines, which I'm actually really surprised about. But besides that, it's still looking really nice. My skin is still looking perfect. So I'm just going to touch up a little bit, and then we will go from there. So to touch up, I'm just going to use some of my Australis powder and get a really big fluffy brush and just dab that on my forehead, sides of my nose, and on my chin. And instantly that makes my skin look so much better. Just that little bit of powder really does go a long way. It does really make a difference to your makeup. So with this foundation, if you've got oily skin, I would definitely recommend bringing some powder with you to touch up. If you've got dry or normal skin, this would work really well. It would last a really long time. I'm really impressed with this foundation. The only few things is that firstly, you can't get many shades, and I don't think it's quite full coverage, but the positives, there's so many more positives. It glides on really smoothly, doesn't cake up. You can put a few layers on top and it won't go all cakey and flaky and gross. It doesn't cling to any dry patches. I've got dry patches naturally on the sides of my nose and on the tip of my nose, and it hasn't clung to them or made my dry patches look worse. It hasn't sunken into any pores. It sort of just smooths over my pores, and it's just a really nice foundation. And the price, $17 for this foundation. I have been thoroughly impressed with the foundation today. Even though I've only had it on, as I said, for like 6.5 hours, I am really happy and surprised with how it wore. But I'm going to go to work now and I'm closing, so I won't have time to, when I come back, to do an update. So I think this will have to be my last update. But yeah, overall, big thumbs up from me. I'm definitely going to be using this in a tutorial, and I really want to get a lighter shade than this one just to see if I can maybe mix them to create my right shade. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a massive thumbs up and subscribe if you guys aren't subscribed already. And let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on the designer brand, and if there's anything else from the brand that you guys enjoy using. I know they've got like eyebrow pencils and eyeshadows and stuff as well, so I might try those and maybe do like a one brand tutorial. Or if you guys want me to do a first impression on anything else, then just leave them down below and I will try to pick them up and do a first impression on them. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!